All right, so now I'm going to show you half double crochets. So I'm going to chain 20 because that'll give us, you know, a good line to practice. $15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, and the reason I chain one extra, that's your turn chain. So when you're doing a stitch, like a single crochet, in order to turn and work the row back, you do an extra chain. So that's why we've got 21. That's also why you skip it. That's your turn chain. Now, with half double crochets, we're still only going to do one turn chain. When we get to double crochets, we're going to do 2. Okay, just FYI. All right, let's do half double crochets. It's really easy. Now, the way you do a half double crochet is you start by looping yarn around your hook. And so again, it's go underneath and around. Now go and find the top of the chain. Oh, you got to skip the one. I don't want to go that one. All right, let me look again what I'm doing. Okay, going in slow motion is harder. All right, there's my one I'm skipping. This is the one I'm shooting for. Wrap the yarn around from underneath. Go for the top of the chain. There we go. Pull through the yarn. Now you've got 3 loops, okay? 3 loops on the chain. And then you loop again and pull it through all 3. There we go. That's a half double crochet. Again, you loop once, go into the top of the chain, loop again, 3 loops on the hook, and then all the way through with 1 pull. All right, there's our next one. We put 1 loop of yarn on the chain, on the hook, go into the top loop of the chain. You know, I keep saying into, I should say under it, because you're going into the space between the top loop and the other side. So we're going under that, we go under and capture the yarn. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, and we pull it all the way straight through all 3. There we go. Oh, come on, there we go. Here's my next one. Yarn on the hook, pull it through. Now I've got 3 loops on the hook, pull it all the way through. Half double crochet. Again, under, all the way through, pull again, 3 loops all the way through. There we go. Wrap once, go into the top of the chain, grab the yarn, 3 loops on the hook, and then pull once through all 3. And that's what it's starting to look like. All right, let's do this one. There we go. 3 loops on the hook, pull all the way through. Loop, go into the top, hook the yarn, 3 loops on the hook, pull once more all the way through. So loop yarn onto the hook, go into the top, grab yarn. Now we've got 3, and we pull all the way through 3. Loop yarn onto the hook, go into the top, pull again through, so you have 3, and then pull again through all the way through. Half double crochet. And like that. 3 loops, pull all the way through. Again, yarn on the hook, go into the top, pull yarn through, so you have 3 loops, pull yarn all the way through 3. So we go loop around, and we go through the top of the chain. We pull more yarn through, so we have 3 loops, pull all the way through, so we have a half double crochet. Okay, loop yarn onto the hook, go into the top of the chain, loop yarn, pull it through so you have 3 loops on the hook, and then pull yarn all the way through. There we go. Here we go again. Loop yarn onto the hook, go into the top, loop again so you have 3 loops on the hook, and pull again all the way through. There we go. I'll show you the whole thing when we get to the end. All right, there we go, all the way through. All right, loop yarn into the top of the chain, hook yarn so you have 3 loops, and then pull all the way through. Again, loop yarn onto it, go into the top of the chain, loop yarn again so you have 3 loops, and then one more time pull all the way through. Half double crochet. Loop yarn onto the hook, go into the top, pull yarn through, you have 3 loops, pull yarn through all 3. Looks like one more. So we're going to pull yarn on the loop. Sorry, yarn on the hook into the top of the chain. Pull yarn through so you have 3 loops on the hook. Pull yarn through all 3 loops. There we go. Pull that up. There we go. That is half double crochet, just like that.